Pardon.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while since I did a live stream, so here we are again. And let me just see the chat thing. So, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you guys can hear me properly. And okay, so as you can see on my screen, and you already saw the title. So we are making a Blade Runner, and this is still in progress. It's not finished yet. And in this live stream I have one more artist who give me this CG render, so uh, he can introduce himself.
Hello, guys. I'm Aditya. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm a Blender artist.
Yeah.
And I create cool CG stuff.
Yeah, so basically he's a freelance Blender slash CG artist. So I asked him to give me this render. So it's like a collaboration project, so we make this together, and this is like work in progress. So I just want to quickly show you in the stream so what we are working on this one, and uh, what are the things still pending in this one, and little comp overview what I did in this to match with that Blade Runner shot. So let me just show you. So this is the actual Blade Runner shot. So this is, we are making it. Hi Parth Kamath, a filmmaker. Hi David. Hi David. Hey Kevin. Hi bro. Hi Kevin. So uh, so Aditya helped me to make this CG render. So let me just show you what we did. So this is the most recent form. So this ground, so in this shot especially, this ground is the main thing, right? Everything is like a haze and the character, that's it. So this ground he gave me, so I will show you the raw render. So this is like a final this is a comp version, right? So this shot is like this shot, we see this shot, this is like a full color grade and cinematic look. So I saw the behind the scene, and I think they made a set for I think for this much, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of. And rest of the things is like I think but I also saw that they have a fog machine also in the setup. So some fog around here, I think it's real, okay, but not this much far away. I mean, this distance fog, I mean, you can see the depth right in this one. So it's like both VFX and practical effects, so they combine both in this shot, right?
I think they did like FX simulations in
Yeah,
Houdini.
yeah, that's why they're it's like a VFX plus practical effects both. So
Yeah.
that's why this looks really good. And I think this is also real, I guess. These all nearby stuff around the character, it's real. And on this side, like we have this what you call, the FX is flowing here, right? So all this done like a CG, I mean the extension, I believe. So it's pretty cool. So we are doing some study to recreate some of the iconic film shots. So this is one of them, and in the future we are going to make more, and I will show you the entire process, how we did this. And that's why that's why I asked Aditya to show his POV, how he did in the Blender. So as you already saw the title, it's a Blender and Nuke combination. So Aditya will share his screen, and he will show you how he created this render. So I will show you the raw render, so we'll get the idea. So in here in my section, this is the render. So I asked Aditya to give me a very basic, but we need a proper ground texture. You guys can see here. But I said give a basic light, just similar as a reference. So in the reference, it's like very what you call the cloudy lighting, right?
Flat lighting, basically.
Yeah. There is one more name, we call that. There is one more name, right? For that, I forgot the term.
Overcast.
Yes, overcast. So overcast lighting. So ask him to give overcast lighting, but we need a proper texture. So he spent a lot of time, creating that sand texture to add that variation in the sand. All this he did with the sculpting in Blender. There are a lot of things he did, and
Yeah.
so this is the final CG render with all the necessary passes. So I will share. He already shared the screen, so I will just quickly switch so he can explain a little bit of his workflow. Wait, let me just pop out the screen. Yeah. Okay. So now hopefully you guys can see. Now Aditya, you can continue. I will just mute myself.
Yeah. So I basically first just created a sort of large plane, and we started like sculpting the terrain basically to match our reference basically. So in the reference, I think I have the reference in
Yeah,
here.
you can show the reference.
Yes. Yep. 1 second. So in the reference, we had this sort of dark lines which we weren't able to produce. So we used sculpting basically to produce those lines. As you can see here, we produced those lines. I hope it's visible, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I can see it. Yeah, I
if you
think
guys can
everyone
see it,
can see
please
it.
let me
Yeah.
know in the chat.
Yeah, I think everyone can see. You guys can hear him, right? And you guys can see the
Yeah, I think
uh,
it's visible now.
his screen. Yeah.
So we sculpted these. We pretty much sculpted the terrain and added like these rocks basically. And we also had like a human scale just to see how the scale would be. And the camera is pretty much match moved from the original plate,
Yeah.
and we are getting basically a one-to-one camera from this, so it looks like this, something like this.
Yeah. So this is like our initial test. So I
Okay,
did the
and
match move
for the
camera.
texturing, it
So
was
basically I did the
actually quite
yeah.
a, let's say, a very heavy process,
Yeah.
because I used a bunch of textures for this one. Like I think I used 5 textures just for this one terrain. So the first one was
Hmm.
a sand texture, like very basic sand texture, just tiled. I just grouped it so it looks like a bit more cleaner, basically.
Hmm. Correct.
And yeah, and I mixed those two textures with like another roughness like texture, like this type of texture. And I'm using like the texture coordinates, just the UV coordinates, and just scaling it up a bunch. And with let me actually show you the render.
So it's all done with the material and textures, right? And little bit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
sculpting.
yeah. Mostly it's like textures, like um. So for let's just see the first two textures first. I think that would make more. That would help a lot.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So first we had this sort of wavy texture for the sand, and we had one with, I think,
So there are a
yeah, this
lot
was
of
this yeah,
texture blending and mixing right together to get the
yeah, a
look.
lot of texture blending. Yeah.
How many
So
texture I mean you use?
I used around 5, I believe. One,
Nice.
two, three, four, five. Yes, five textures. So one is like the wave texture, and then the other one is like this dark sort of grainy texture. And then I combined those two with the help of this roughness map and a noise texture. So this is what the mask looked like. It's like very detailed. And I used this color burn for the first time because it basically like embeds the like this texture into the noise, so it doesn't look like very procedural. So that was really cool as well. And then I basically did the same thing for the next texture, I believe. Um, Let me show you. Yeah, it was the rock texture. So for the rock, I actually did a color attribute So I did a vertex paint,
Mm.
and yeah, let me actually find that one. Rock. So I like painted these areas based on like our reference. Like we just matched it with our camera and basically
Mm.
just painted these areas.
Mm.
And
To get that, rock
and
shape, right? Kind of.
yeah, to get that rock shape. But I did not use like the rock texture for this because it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really matching.
Mm. We needed actual geometry, right, for that rock.
Yeah, it was just to get the geometry.
Correct.
Yeah, and then one sec. I'll turn on the displacement again.
Yeah. Also, yeah, displacement also there, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
the displacement is basically giving us the bumpiness.
Mm. That sand bumpiness, correct?
Yeah, yeah. And then for so basically we saw the references and we saw like it had this let me actually find it. Yeah. It had this like white areas basically. So basically in the reference there is like sand flying in.
Mm.
So we actually emulated that with the help of just a few textures. Let me actually show you
Yeah. Can you show
what I
that
did for that
how you did that?
mask.
Mm.
Yeah, so I basically used a noise texture. Um, yeah, so I basically used a noise texture and I scaled it up on the y-axis. So it's giving me these like really cool waviness, basically.
Nice. And how you mask this
And
for the particular areas?
yeah, so one sec. Um, I just added a bit of contrast and then I subtracted it with a color attribute again. So I just painted in the areas that I wanted. So I'm getting this sort of result.
Mm.
So if you go to the vertex paint, and I go to, I believe it was this one, color mask. You can see I just painted these areas and blurred them a bit. And you get this really cool effect, basically.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and I've also exported it out as an AOV, basically.
Yeah.
So Shahid can use it for, Shahid can basically use it however he wishes.
Yeah. Yeah. I basically I asked him, to I want this mask as a separate layer, so I can use that one to grade that those stripes separately.
Yeah.
So I mean, how you did that? I mean, I never saw people exporting
Uh,
custom layer from Blender. So can you
exactly.
show that
Yeah, so
process?
so basically here is like this shader AOV tab. You can just press one here, press plus, and you can use this node to output it basically. So just put it in here and give it the name and the same name in here, and you can go to
It's a
the
case.
compositing tab then.
It's a case sensitive, right? The name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Case sensitive. You have to match basically the exact name
Mm,
in
cool.
here.
And you also
And
provide me the passes also, right? And
yeah, a bunch of passes.
yeah, how you render? I mean, those the beauty and the data separately. What's the
Yeah, I
process?
rendered the beauty and the one second. I'll show. Yeah, so I basically selected the passes that we needed. So we had Z position, normal, UV, diffuse, direct, indirect color, glossy, and the crypto max. And I basically just I use this add-on called Industrial AOV Connector, which basically sets up everything for me.
It's a
Which
paid or
so
it's a free one?
it's a free one, totally free.
Okay,
You
cool.
can actually download it from I believe in the preferences. There's like the extension tab. You can get it from there.
Okay, so you can directly download it inside Blender, right? You don't have
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
anywhere.
Inside Blender.
Cool.
Yeah. So basically, it sets up these like denoise nodes, which are really annoying to set. But the only
Mm,
thing I did other than that was give you this another depth pass because sometimes we get like really bad depth passes in Blender.
mm,
So I just created an extra one, which is Let me show you. I created another basically
Yeah,
render layer.
cool.
And yeah, so in the render layer, I can where the texture is. Uh, yeah, here it is. So I just used like this camera data node and exported that out as an AOV. But what I did was in the data passes tab, I just set that material as an material override. So if you
Mm-hmm.
look at the render,
Yeah, it's overriding everything, correct?
yeah, I I pretty much get like a depth pass here. I
Mm.
think I'll have to set it up. Yeah, here. So if I just yeah, so if I just down the exposure, you can see I am
Mm.
getting this really nice depth pass,
Right.
which like Blender usually tends to have a bunch of issues with depth passes. So we exported this depth pass as an just as a backup.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think yeah that was about it. And I also did like um, yeah I didn't end up using this extra texture. I think
Mm. Cool.
yeah, but
So
that was about it in the Blender section.
yeah, I think this is enough for now. So
Yeah,
yeah, thank you for sharing your screen, and I think we can close. So I'm just
yeah,
switching to the other side. Cool. I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, if anyone knows Blender, so you can get touch with him, so he can explain you if you want to. If you really want to know the step by
yeah.
step
If you
how
like
we did.
really want to know the ins and outs of it,
Yeah, he can help you. And let me just. I hope you guys can see my screen now.
yeah, it's visible.
Okay, cool. So once he render everything, yeah, you forgot to tell everyone how much time it took to render. That is
Yeah,
the
I think
biggest
it
thing.
took us around a day of rendering, I believe, on a render farm. So around 8 hours, I think it was 8 hours.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me just turn on my camera. Okay, cool. So it's like because in this render the thing is it's not about geo, it's about all those textures he used to make
yeah,
this look. That's why I think it took 8 hours to render. Correct.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Hmm.
textures are like really high quality, like 4K textures from like
Hmm. Okay.
Quixel Bridge.
So at this, so let me just show you at the end. So this much I did the comp. So I'm just quickly going to show you what I did. I don't want to go very deep because this is not done yet. You guys, you can see we still missing this the character. So the character we're going to shoot and we're going to add here. We don't want to do a full CG version of this. We just want to replicate this one, and we want to keep this character real in here also. So we're going to shoot this character in a green screen or maybe in a live location. We have not decide that one, but we're going to shoot that character and then we're going to add here. So it's like plate plus CG comp of this blade one shot. So that we're going to do, but we first need to match this as close as possible. So we are trying that, and I think we are very close now. So that's why I just want to share the update with you. So let me just quickly show you the sections. So in the top, you guys can see we have this slab form and we have this bin. So in the bin, obviously I have this render, CG render, and all the data passes what he provide me, like a cryptomats, depth, normal, position. There is a UV also and the depth path that he mentioned, right? So this is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
newest depth path, right? And
This one, yeah,
then yeah, and this side I have this like a reference. So this is the actual footage, right? This one, and then we have this match move camera. So this camera I did a match move in Nuke. So this is a Nuke camera. So we have this, right? It's moving. So now, and this side, like this is a slab comp. So here I try to get the look, because if I just quickly show you. So here we have that, and this side we have this haze, and there are some few changes in the grading. So this is like overall grading, and then when we combine, you can get this look. And when we compare with the reference, this is there is not much change here, but you guys can see it's getting there. So I just want to see that our plan is working or not, because I tell him to give me this render before he trying to match with the reference, like the colors and
Yeah.
everything here. But I told him to don't do it, because I believe this is all done with the grading and some compositing this shot. That's why I told him to give me this basic render, just match the sand color whatever it is, and that's it, and just add a basic light. That's it. So I think, so that's why I did a lot of test. So not in this script, there are different script where I did a lot of testing. And one of my friend also told me, like this is like a full grading shot, it's very hard to match. But I told him like it's possible, because I mean it's just a comp, we can match that grading look. So that's why I did, I took the constant, and basically I just sample that color, and then I manipulate that color in many ways to get this look, right? And once I see, yeah, this will work, then I tell him to render the full frame before we just working on a single frame like this.
Yeah.
Because this shot is like, how many frames we have, like 140 frames kind of. So that's why
Yeah.
we
Like
don't want
I
to
think we
waste.
did around 170.
I'm not sure, but here it's let me just quickly reload. No, this is like because I think the plate itself,
Oh yeah, 139.
yeah, 139, because this much we have in the frame also. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, so that's it. So we did this, and then I did this basic structure, like CG rebuild basic, right? I show you this many times in my videos. So I did a CG rebuild here, and you can see how much change. So here not much change, only this stripes. I'm using the mat that he provided me. Let me show you that mat. Yeah, so this mask. So these stripes we are adding here, so we have separate channel for that, so we can use this one as alpha to do the grading. So this is what exactly I did in this diffuse direct, right? So
Yep.
not much change in the shader rebuild. You can see only mostly the changes is diffuse direct and a little bit of diffuse color change, right? And little bit of change I think here glossy direct. I mean it's very subtle, I think. Yeah, you're not gonna notice, but you can see here it's very subtle change. So after all of these, then we have this global CT. So here I match with that grading, right? So here is that grading part. If I just show you at the end, you guys can see. So from here to here, it's looking like this, and this white line, because this is unprimmed. So here is the primmed. So once primmed, everything is looking correct. So after this, I mean, then the second thing, let me just show you here. So after this, you can get this kind of, see, if I compare this slab comp and from here the primmed, it's very similar. But in this one, I did a lot of, you can see the variation in the stripes and everything. And in the slab comp is like flat looking, right? Now here we have some more variation, some darkness here, all of this. Then the second important thing is the haze that we have here, right? So I follow the same step what I did here, because I like this setup. So but I refine this one a lot in this one and make it a little bit simpler. So same like constant, because we have that reference, so we can steal the color. So that is exactly what I did. So here you can just steal the color, but this is not just a constant color. You guys can see there are gradient going on. Here you can see the dark as it's going in the center. You see that bright light. It's like we
Yeah.
have a
I think
spotlight.
there's like a light
Mm,
source there.
yeah, some kind of light source in the top, and we can see that vignetting, right? So try to replicate that here. with a constant, and because we have a camera, so I did rotos and with the grade and everything. I just show you the step by step process, so you guys can see it's slowly becoming that look. And after, so here this is the look, but it's not looking good because we all obviously, let's I just stop this. It will overwrite whatever we have in the background, right? Because it's also have that full alpha. So we need a ramp, right? So here we can use the depth pass. Because we have the data, we can use the depth pass, and we can just make the depth according to the uh, distance, right? So then I did the grading. So that this is like my depth pass, so you can tweak it. Then I mask this one, so we have this instead of this, right? So I'm doing
Yeah.
this. I'm doing this one first, right? I'm just disable this thing. I'm just sampling the color in the constant. Then I'm adding this and doing a mask operation. Then I'm doing plus here. After that I'm done. After that I'm matching the color. And then I'm adding this grade, doing this, doing this, doing this. Okay, now you can see this is without, and this is with the haze. So it will give you, like haze and depth, but this is still not the final. I mean, you want to see that infinite look, but I think we need to do a lot more on the haze. I mean, the work we need to do. So we will do that, but this is the level we are now. So you can see. So there are a lot of rotos going on here because it's like we're trying to match with the reference. Then there is a precomp, obviously. And in this side there is nothing, just a constant to keep the B pipe, that's why, and just merging here, right? That's it. I mean, and then there are a lot of changes here to add that smoke, and here, and in the bottom you can see we have that backdrop for the character. So once we shoot that, the character will come here at the end and it will get merged, right? Then like, and if you guys yeah, if you have any question, guys, you can ask in the chat. Then like little bit of lens flare, like lens effect, sorry. Here I will do it, but for now I just added this softness, because it's like you can see it's very sharp. So little bit of softness, some more softness with the blur, with the less amount opacity, 0.5. This is not the final, obviously I will change this one later. Once you guys can see the final script, I will make a separate video about this later on shot. And then this is the lens distortion. So in this lens distortion, I think it's not required. Yeah, I think it is required. So what I did, just manually did a little bit of lens distortion with this dominators right here. And obviously we need a grain, so I'm using this Luma grain. This is, as I said, not final one, so I will change this one later, but for now we have some grain. See, right? We need a film grain. This is like a very basic grain for now. Cool. After that, I mean, we just have this compare view, so I can just compare my output with the reference. So let me just show you the reference. There is one more thing in the reference that we are replicating it. Just let it load. Robot by, thank you, robot by. Cool. So in this one, there is one more cool thing going on. If I scrub here, you can see some kind of smoke, or some kind of something is flowing on the ground. If I just scrub, you guys can see it right here also. So that is the trickiest thing we need to replicate. Here also you can see this pattern is here, but if I scrub, there is no pattern in this side. This same for the left side, you guys can see, and it's looking pretty good, right? So it's like a sand is flowing on the surface. So this looks pretty good, and we try to match this one. Obviously I try in the comp. So this is what I did for now. Just let me just play, and you guys can see that it is flowing here and here also. If I just scrub, then you can see in this side it is flowing, right? And this side also. I think this is too much for now. In this front you can see it's very, very bright, but I just want to exaggerate it. So we can see this one better, and then I will dial down the amount. So now you can see it's flowing nicely. So I use the UV pass to do that. That's why I asked you to provide me a UV pass so I can see how can I use that one to add this kind of flow in the ground. So this is looking pretty good, and it's looking, I think whatever the experiment I did for that flowing effect, it's working. So I will share that
Yeah.
one what I did later, because this is still not the final. So the setup is here, a lot of things going on here, so I will share that one later. So for now, let me just move that down a little bit. So it's very simple script, but you guys can see a structure in very long way. Some many people are saying like, why you are making this much of long script if the short is very simple, right? So the first thing is like, why making this kind of long script is so you can view it properly from top to bottom, right? And we need to add some space. I mean, don't make your script like very note like close to each other like this. Okay, add some space. I mean, you have a lot of space, okay, like infinite space. So use that one. So if you want to do like experiment, like if you want to try some stuff here from here, so you can do it here, and if it's work, then you can add in your main pipe, right? That's why I space out my script like this, and I try to maintain clean as possible. That's why you can see, you can follow. If anyone open the script, they can easily see what I did, and they can follow the script. That's why I try to make a longer script, and uh, the vertical one, you always try to make a vertical script like this. Okay. Okay, so I think this is enough for now, I guess. So for now we are here is at this stage. So I will tell
Yeah.
you what is the pending for now. So let it load. Yeah, because it's live, I can just connect. Yeah, it's loaded. So now the pending thing is, let me just open these tools so I can draw. Yeah, so I can draw. So the first thing we need to match is this color, first of all, closely, right? This gradient and everything. I know it's matching some, I mean like 70-80%, but I will try my best to match more closer to the reference, the atmosphere, right? Now the second thing is obviously the ground. Now you can see the ground is not exactly matching. We can see more red and more like dark. If I just go to the luminance, you guys can see there are a lot more darkness in the front side, especially in the right side in this section. So I want to do the same thing here, so you can get more variation. Currently the darkness in my shot is, I think, mostly in this center part, right? So I will shift that to this part, so it will match with the reference one in this side and this side, right? So I will do that. I will match the ground close as possible in terms of luminance and in terms of the color also. The color also, I mean, it's little off, I guess. So I will match that. Then I will try to match that flow what we have. I think stuck.
Just
No.
basically the sand flowing.
Yeah, that sand is flowing, right? So I will try to replicate that one. I mean, I already did that, but I want to refine that one a bit more. And then in this one, if I zoom in, you can see there are same the dots. I mean, I don't know, it's a sand, but we have these black dots everywhere.
Specks basically of
Yeah,
like sand.
here. So I also try to replicate here. If I zoom in, you can see here. So these are all particles, but I want to do it better. I just did a quick setup and I added in this one, so I can see whether it's working or not. And somehow it's working. Just a quick pause. Karan Mehta is saying something. Yes, so how you gonna add a character with a depth height, uh, same as reference, because it's also interacting with the hair. Yes, so that's why we are that's why we choose to do the plate, because it is a kind of challenge, right? If we are doing a full CG, that will be very easy, because then we can automatically getting a depth height and shadows and everything for free, right? But I want to add a real plate character, so that will be a challenge, and that will be a more interesting shot. right? So we're going to add, because once we shoot the plate, then we will share. Then I will share how I form this one. If I should show you the reference only, the reference in the first frame character is here, but in the last frame you guys can see it's going in more in a depth. Here you can see is little bit of dark, but in the last frame he's going little bit in a depth, right? He lifted now. So,
Yeah.
and the shadows and everything is on the ground. You guys can see the shadow is very soft because it's a fully overcast shot. I'll just go back. You guys can see when she is stepping, you guys can see the shadow here, but in this frame there is no shadow. Only here you can see a little bit of contact shadow, and once the foot is on the air, there is almost no shadow here, right? So
Also, I think in your chat there's someone.
what?
There's someone on your chat, I think, trying to talk to you.
Yeah, that. Yeah, Kushagra Rajpati. Hey, how are you, man? I'm fine. How are you? So I think you just joined. I think you can watch entire stream, because in the starting of the stream we share the Blender workflow of this shot. Okay, so let me just move this. Just close this one for now. So it's overcast. So we will going to do the same for the footage. We will shoot that footage in the overcast day. We'll see that. So let's go to that comparison view. Now here, so the character, obviously the character is pending, and the color of the sand and the intensity, everything we're going to rebalance. And you guys can see in this one, in the haze and the ground is properly blending. You can see like a seamless right here. So I want to do the same thing here. I can believe I can see the line somehow, I don't know, but I will try to blend that one more so it will match closer to the reference. So I will do that. So these are few things are pending, but I think overall it's getting there. So this is what I have. Obviously there didn't obviously a lot more things to balance, but I believe I'm there like 70-80% I'm there. So sand flow and the look will to add little bit of lensing, the grain. Obviously I will add a grain, because in the reference I think we're not gonna see the grain because it's just a mp4 plate. Still I think you can see a little bit, yeah, the splotchiness because of the mp4
Compression, I believe.
compression, yeah, but we have a grain here, see that? So the grain is there, so we'll add a grain. So I will try to show you a new workflow to add a grain, because this is like a full CG shot we are making it right here. So we will try to, I will show you the process to, we're going to steal a grain from a different plate and we're going to add here. So I will add a grain, I will use array grain, and then we're going to add in this full CG shot. So we're going to see that process, how to take a grain from a different plate and add in your comp, because we don't have a plate to degrain and regrain, correct? Yeah, Karan Mehta, cool. And if it's going to be a live plate, then it's going to be roto or chroma. Yeah, we need to decide that whether it's going to be roto or chroma, but we're going to shoot that one in a live location so we can get a proper lighting. We don't want to do it in a studio or something. We're going to shoot in a live location so you can get the shadow and the foot interaction, and we will going to blend with this CG one here in this area. So it will be very cool, and it's like a very cool challenge to do that. If you are going with the full CG, that will be very easy. You already know it's very easy to add that character and to get the hair and everything. But with the plate you will get that that natural feeling. I mean it's because it's a real person, right? Cool. I think this is enough, guys. I think for this stream. So I will share the update. I will make a separate video about this thing, and of course you can get this full comp file, and I believe we can also share the Blender file, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we can.
we're also
But
going to
I
share
think
the Blender file.
sharing like the textures would be a little hard because they are like pixel textures.
What? Can you repeat again?
I think it would be like hard to share
Hmm.
the textures basically, because I think it's from like pixel.
Yeah. What is the, I mean, the file size of that Blender file size? Blend file size. I think it's
Let me
big,
check.
big, right?
Yeah, like really big.
How
It's
much?
already like it's like 1.5 gigs. So once we
Hmm.
like pack in the textures, it's easily gonna be like 3-4 GBs.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
If people want that Blender file of this scene, this render,
yeah,
then
yeah.
we're
We
going
can
to share.
totally share it.
If they want to see how
Yeah,
did the texturing for the ground, the sculpting and everything, the masking and all those things, then we're going to share that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The one last thing, just want to share. Yeah, Kushagra Patil is saying challenge or uh, what did I miss? I mean, we just showing you this how we made this one. This is a reference Blade Runner, and this is what we are making it. It's not final yet, but we're going to make this one. Yeah, it's not a kind of challenge. So there is one cool thing just want to share. So here I just did a lot of just experiment. Just want to see the that sand flowing, right? So what I did here, I have this plate here, and because we have a track camera, we have this the geo also. So this is the card, right? Place it here and the track camera. So I did a projection on the card, and with the scanner render I did unwrap one, correct? So what will happen, you can see this with the unwrap, and when you play, because this is now stabilized, right? Because we are projecting with the animated camera, there is no frame mode, nothing. So we are projecting it directly with the animated camera, and here you can see that sand flow very nicely. So this is just, I just want to see how it look, so we can replicate it. This is just for the reference, there is no use of this. So let it load. Okay, cool. Now if I scrub, now you can see these lines are coming. It's pretty cool, right? So I just want to see how it's flowing on the ground, and just to show you the reference, so this is the plate and this is our ground. So we did the unwrap and we have this, right? So you guys can see we have this waviness, all these things, because we actually have that in the geo. It's not a flat plane, right? So I mean, Aditya did a sculpting of the ground, so we can get a depth. I mean, this is a dip and this is up like this, and here also we have this dip here and then up. So in the unwrap, you guys can easily see this dip. You can see the shadow, right? So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not just a flat plane. So so I just want to see, yeah, we have this line, so I can add this flow here. So just checking with the unwrap how it looks. So it's looking good. I mean, the reference. So that's it. I mean, this is just the last thing I just want to show you, and just go to the compare. So this is we have. Cool. I think this is enough. I think yeah, it's almost 1 hour. I think. I hope you guys like the stream. Just want to show you the quick update in the live, and I will make the full video, and the project file you guys can get on my Patreon. If you guys want, we will also going to share the Blender file.
yeah,
So let's
yeah.
see.
Like we can let
Yeah.
us know if you guys want the blend file.
Cool. Yeah,
We can
yeah. If they
totally share
want, we
it.
can definitely share. But yeah, this will take a little bit more time to composite the shot properly, because I don't want to be hurry. I want to comb this. Like I just want to match this as much as I can with the reference, and show you some cool technique, to integrate the character, the ground, and the atmosphere and everything. So I think that's enough for now. Too much information. uh, yeah, we'll do the we I will try to do the live stream continuously, because I think in the live stream we can talk more, we can discuss more in the live stream. So I think the live stream option is good to show you this kind of stuff. So anything, Aditi, you want to share before we
No, I don't think there's anything else to share
cool.
because yeah,
Yeah, if you guys have any question, you can ask now
yeah. If
before
you
we
guys have
go.
any questions, just let us know.
Yeah, or if you guys don't have anything, so you can go and sleep because it's like 11 p.m. here. So yeah, thank you for joining the stream. I think it's I'm very grateful. Everyone's are very supportive. Cool, I guess. So I will end up. Yeah, Karan. Yeah, bye guys. Yeah, had a great time. Yeah, same to you, man. Thank you for the support. Cool. So I will just quickly switch the screen and I will stop the stream in after 5 minutes. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching, and again, we will see you in a next stream and in a next tutorial. So thank you. Bye. Good night.